Back to the Future, Biff Tannen.
Biff.
And you know what? As I got to this, Wes, I'm going to have to apologize to you for poo-pooing
Mike Dexter.
What's his face from Mike Dexter? Yes, from Can't Hardly Wait. Because Biff Tannen is actually probably more of an idiot than Mike Dexter, which is what makes him such a great asshole. The bad joke that he tells, and I think actually his grandfather tells another one in Back to the Future 3, which I forgot to look up. But when he says, "Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?" Instead of make like a tree and leave. And that's right. He says that's about as funny as a screen door on a submarine, or no, sorry, a screen door on a battleship. It's like, no, it's a submarine. So anyway, I love those parts, and the fact that Marty can just say, "Hey Biff, look over there," and he turns, and Marty can deck him or run. He gets him every time. I just find this so hilarious.
Well, I do have to say that Biff Tannen was in fact my number one pick on the list of ultimate movie assholes, and it's just not only was he an asshole. Every branch of his family tree was a throbbing hemorrhoid. You go all the way back to 1885 with Mad Dog Tannen. He was an asshole. It's almost like the scene in the original where Marty's sitting at the table with, like, I guess his grandparents, and he finally runs off and is like, "What's wrong with him? He's an idiot. His parents are probably idiots. He comes from a whole line of idiots." And it's the same thing with Biff. He's an asshole. His dad's an asshole. And he probably comes from a long line of assholes. But Biff isn't as dumb. He does, I guess, wise up, because you're talking about when old Biff goes back to visit young Biff. He's wising himself up. Like, it's make like a tree and leave, you idiot. You sound like such a moron when you say it like that. But Biff, he does end up with a battle strategy. And at the end of one, he looks like he became the lapdog of the McFly family. But there is still a granule of asshole in him. And it finally blossoms when he figures out that the old man scientist, Doc Brown, has made a time machine, and he makes it his mission to crush everyone. And he makes it a mission to go back in time to crush everyone.
Yes.
So Biff continues to be an asshole.
I don't think he makes that his mission, right? I mean, doesn't he, in the future, Biff, like when Marty goes into the future, doesn't Biff recognize the DeLorean by happenstance? And then he finds the book.
But he kind of goes like, oh shit. And it's almost like, this is my way of getting back at all these people. I'm going to give this to my young self. So, but by that time, he had already become the McFly family, butler, pretty much. And so it's like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to teach these motherfuckers a lesson. So yeah, it's still inside him. That asshole-ish flower is still ready to blossom once again.
Yeah, he didn't become humble because he realized the error of his ways. He became humble because he got the shit kicked out of him. But he still wants to be an asshole. There's still an asshole down in the cockles of his heart.
I'd say you'd have to go with Biff through the entirety of the series. I mean, he's not really in 3, but his, Mad Dog Tannen, the great-great-grandfather of Biff Tannen,
such a
is
bad
an asshole
movie.
as well. Like I said, the Tannen lineage is just riddled with assholes. And Biff Tannen is just the modern incarnation of what the family actually is. It's genetic. You almost can't even argue the point whether Biff is an asshole if he has some sort of redeeming quality. Like I said, he's got that desert rose of an asshole in him, and every now and again, it's just going to spring forth in the most harsh environment humanly possible, just because it's inside of him. And it, like Jurassic Park, nature will find a way.
So you feel like that family in the O'Doyles from Billy Madison should have universes should have collided. Now, do you think Biff made a major mistake by not? He tried his best in Back to the Future 2 to take the sports almanac in order for the younger Biff to make a lot of money, right? Am I remember that correctly? That was his. Yeah,
well, actually, it happened. He did. He took it back to 1955, and he gave it to his younger self, and they made a shit ton of money. And so by the alternate 1985, his sole purpose was to get Lorraine, his mom. It was to basically bang his mom. That was his only mission. It didn't even matter about the money. He had the money. He had women. He had women in the hot tub with him when he was explaining to Marty exactly what happened. But he just wanted to make sure Marty knew that he was, in fact, banging his mom, because in an alternate reality, the McFly family had somehow bested him. So his true asshole-ish nature was to break all the laws of known physics just to go back and have sex with Marty's mother. And mission accomplished.